Yeah, what's up? It's John from Dowie Farm here in 2023. It's like a time warp, man. We're going through some transition again, and I figured I would sort of try to document it some since I haven't documented shite in a long time. And, it's like you start overthinking videos, and then you realize one day you can just pull your phone out and hit record, right? But anyway, so this is the, let me flip this around. All right, so we're in the room. We're in the room. The grow room, and we've got some stuff going on. This was my planting area, and holy crap, I need a different table that I can actually sweep under, because that came out from underneath the planting table. But we got a germination rack over here, and I'm taking this apart because this was a bad idea. Don't put as many racks as you possibly can, and then put 15-pound flats of microgreens on them times 80, and then have casters that can't handle it, because that almost came down. Anyhow, where we're at right now is that's all cilantro. That's 80 flats of cilantro. And then, so we have a 10 flood table rack, 2 foot by 8 foot there, and another 10, that's the original one we made. And then I've got the A rack, we call it. That's our basil. That's a single width rack, because we need we don't have quite enough room to do 3 big ones over here. I know it kind of looks like it would be, but we wouldn't be able to get behind it on that side because of that wall. And then I've got these flex racks, I call them, where we have, germination space, but then I threw lights on it because these new Barina lights are so low profile. You can flip some lights up under there, and you got your cords over here. Let me show you. This is a little neater. So you can just zip tie your lights, your switch there, and turn that off and on, and then plug the whole power strip into one Wi-Fi timer, and you're good to go. We got some nice nasturtium going. Anyway, so there's some germination. There's some really bad cilantro. I've been doing some experimentation. So there's a few things. It's kind of schizophrenic, this video. So let me just get into what's going on. So we've grown quite a bit. We're at a 160, 240 tray capacity under lights, under flood table lights. And then I expanded that with flex trays to 5, so that'll hold 20, and I think that one holds 20 as well. Yeah, and then I have one over here that also holds, I think I got an extra tray on this one, or rack on this one somehow, which actually I'm building one right here modeled after that one, because that one I got an extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that one instead of 5, so 2 extra. So whatever that is, the math, 40, 70 on flex trays, and whatever it was. Anyway, so but check this out. This is wild. With me, out my Dow chemical door. Yeah, right. We're gonna go outside for a minute. We're gonna flip around. We're gonna go over here now. Oh wow, what's going on? It's raining like a bad boy out there. Hey, look! Woo! We leased another room. So I moved all my planting to the new room. So 2 rooms now, and this puts us to about 1,000 square feet, I want to say. And this room, it's not real conducive to growing, which is why I was always reluctant to lease it, because it's only 12 feet wide, and the racks are about 8.5-ish, with all the tubing and the lights stick out a little bit, and then the reservoir. So that doesn't leave a lot of space to walk around them. It gives you about 2.5 feet, right? And it's enough, but it's not ideal over here. So what we decided to do was lease this room. Really turn it into a storage unit. No, I'm just kidding. So we leased this room in February, and we decided to, instead of paying an arm and a leg, to also grow over here and have to condition this room, because it's much harder to keep a room under climate control when you're growing in it. We decided to move everything else we could over here. So what I have over here is my planting table that's also going to change soon, and I'll try to document that. This table's been great to us. It was free, and we got it 10 years ago, but it's not quite working because the space underneath is sort of wasted the way it's designed. Everything over here, it's tough to, let me back up a little. Tough to plan for this stuff, right? I know you can take some graph paper and sit down, but when you're busy and you don't have time for that, it's difficult. Sometimes you just got to get the shit done. So it's kind of in flux. It's like move this stuff over here and try to figure out where it works. and try to move it around before you do anything permanent, like put up a wall, which is going to happen. So everything's on wheels as much as possible, and that's important, I think, too, if you're working with limited spaces, to put everything you possibly can on wheels. So all these new racks that I have are pretty much wheels. Casters on every one of these if I can. I got casters on the planting table, even though when it's full you can't move that. I have bricks in these milk crates. You can get 17, just so you know. And I bought those at Harbor Freight, and I grease up the wheels good because we're in a moist environment with silicone. And those roll. Obviously my old soil cart rolls, my old seed cart rolls, this transportation type cart rolls. Well, that's going to turn into another germ rack. And then my new soil cart, which is one of those big ass laundry carts that I scored for $20. That thing rolls, as does and back inside of there is a cement mixer from Harbor Freight that we bought that also rolls, and that's where we mix our soil with perlite now, and then I dump it into this cart, and then I dump it into the big cart. So that also rolls. Everything rolls if I possibly can roll. Even that stack of coolers is on wheels. So yeah, and then there's my plumbing coming in from the other room because I'm limited on plumbing here. So bam, to my cocoa filter to get the chlorine out if possible. Anyway, so this room is going to be planting, which as you can see is sort of in process. This actually happened last night at like 4 a.m. And then where you see this grow tent, I was going to use that here, and then it was kind of a mistake. That's going to be a wall, I think, right there, that's going to come out. And we're going to use Panda film and 2x3s, and we're going to make walls and some insulation. So the tough part... Oh, shit. Sorry. The tough part about this... this is like a talking head thing. It's like I'm on The Office. The tough part about these rooms that I lease, in this building at least, is it's all poured concrete and I-beams. So there isn't a whole lot of lumber I can use to add on to. So basically, those are framed 2x4. I think they're 2x4. I can't remember. And so all the exterior walls are framed. And then up inside there is nothing and I-beams. So there's not a lot I can do as far as supporting partition walls go. But what we are going to do is I'm going to open up this wall where there's a stud, and then there'll be several studs in the room. Bad dad joke. Anyway, I'm going to open this up where there's going to be a stud, and I'm going to build off that some, or I'm going to screw into it at least, and I'm going to frame this wall in too with the same idea. So I'm probably going to video what I'm going to do to make these walls, because I have an idea and it's hard to explain. To make them strong, to make them insulated and wrapped with the Panda film, to make a room that I can climate control that's smaller than this whole room, and I can keep it at like 72-ish and a decent humidity so I don't have to mist as much as I do. And then over there, it comes through the wall. There's going to be a door somewhere in this vicinity, because that pipe is where that little rack was that you saw. That's where that wall is, that divider wall for the office part, blah, blah, blah. So, like, probably by that black support will probably be right there somewhere. Then the other side of the germination room, you see this tape on the floor. That is marking off where we're going to have an actual, like, break room, kind of. It's only going to be about 8 feet wide, but I brought my old couch here so I can sleep here and live here forever. No, but so this is going to be... well, we have a baby, and he's almost 2, so it's going to be kind of where he can go. Right now, he's in the office part of the room, and Jenny's in and out of there harvesting, and it's not really ideal. So we're going to kind of set him up in here, and then I'll also be kind of set up in here if I have to stay here sometimes. And there'll be the kitchenette, office-y stuff that we have here, because I end up here for a long time, so sometimes I eat dinner here. So like toaster oven and a fridge and all that stuff will also be over here, I hope, if there's room. There's never enough room. Anyway, so that's where we're at with that. Oh, my hand. I do want to talk about a shelf now. I'm only at 10 minutes, so let me go talk about a shelf. How exciting. We're there. This gloomy day in New England. There's the van. How exciting. If you ever see me around town. probably driving like an asshole. There's a whole bunch of propane and generators. We can talk about power outages at some point. Anyhow, so this rack, the brand is, I got these at Home Depot recently in a pinch because I really needed space because we added this big account. And I really needed more germination space, like in a real, like, fast, bad way. So that's where the flex racks ended up happening, was I didn't know really what to do. We didn't have the other room yet, so I just threw these together. This one I adapted from an old rack that we'd always had. That's one of the ones we started with. And then this one was a new one. So I doubt it'll come out on the camera, but these got kind of a, yeah, it probably does. The kind of a textured surface, you can see. A real nice, thick powder coat on these. This part of the shelf is I don't know, sturdier than your average. And then the other thing that I love, let me go back to the other one. So, I don't know how good this will come through. Let me see if I get a good shot. Let me get in here. So if you can tell by this shot, see that the bar that runs perpendicular to the camera shot and the bars that run parallel. So the bars that run parallel are in that direction. They go this way with the shelf, right? So when you're doing microgreens and you're sliding trays onto a shelf, I got a heat mat on this one, but let me take this. If you're doing this, these ones are this way, see? And it kind of sucks. You know, and I have trouble all the time trying to slide these on it. Oh, you're on. I was looking at the thing and not shooting it on the camera. I have trouble all the time sliding these in sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes, and it's super annoying. This one, see, like, these are some cheapies I bought off Amazon. And they're super flimsy, these ones. These ones suck. These ones are way thinner. If I had a caliper here, I would show you how much thinner that metal is compared to this metal. But this one, look. No catch. Beautiful. So these are, if you're in the market for, what are they, 18 inches, I want to say? Let's take a look. You got 8, 16, 16, I think. Maybe they're 18 because you go out to here. 8, 16, I think they're 16. Whatever, doesn't matter. They're 4 feet. That's the important part for greens, right? They're 4 feet. That doesn't give you room. Unfortunately, the problem with these shelves is they measure from here, from the outside, and your 4-foot flood tables are 4 feet, and this bar makes it so that it's really only 46 inches on the inside or something close to that. But the point is, if you're in the market for if you're doing it this way, with just trays, right? And a lot of people do that. These are fantastic. I got them on sale for $110. I think regular price they're $130, which still is fine. And I think they come with 5 shelves. They're super thick powder coated. Like I said, they're rated for all weather according to manufacturer. They have this. They're way more sturdy than these, okay? And there was something else. I can't remember. They're thick, they're sturdy, they're powder coated, the bars go the right way. I think that was it. And they're a good price. And they're Home Depot, and they're Trinity brand. I should have said that several times. Trinity is the name of the company that makes these. No kickbacks from Home Depot, but if Home Depot wants to sponsor my ass, I spend a shitload of money there. So sponsor me, Home Depot. Just kidding, I won't sell out to the man. Arthur Blank, you can, never mind. So anyway, I did once at a football game in my 20s bark at Arthur Blank from the sidelines, and security whisked him away. It was the week of the Michael Vick thing. What do you want from me? So anyway, that was a good time when I was young and stupid. Now I'm just old and stupid. So yeah, those shelves are great. Trinity, if you're in the market for those. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. No. So I don't know if the other, let's take a look. 15 minutes. I'm going to kind of try to keep these to 15. Okay, yeah. So the ones you buy from Webstront store, the Regency brand, they're like that as well. So these are probably, honestly, made in the same factory as the Regency shelving, also known as Metro shelving. I don't know if the Metro brand goes that way or not, but I never check these because I don't slide stuff off and on these. Anyhow, so now the room is going to go back to recap. We got to decide if we're going to go. There's another decision to be made. I could take these trays, all these racks, and I can turn them this way, going that way in the room. I may be able to add 20 new flood tables instead of 15. I don't really want to do it because it means that I'm going to have to take literally everything apart. But if it means adding enough room for 40 more trays, right? I'm sorry, yeah, 40 extra on top of the 120 that we're adding, so it'd be 160 more. That's pretty important. So, I don't know, man. Anyway, sorry I haven't been around, been busy. Gonna try to just do these impromptu videos, I guess, because they're quick and they take as long as that timer says at 15 and a half. And I'm not gonna do a lot of editing. So, I was trying to edit videos. What a pain in the ass. Anyway, I hope everybody's out there doing well after everything. I hope everybody that listens to me and wanted to stay in business through the pandemic did. And we're still here, and we're actually busier than we've ever been. And mostly because of cilantro, that I probably will do another video on soon, because it is the worst crop there is to grow. Thanks. Take it easy.